Varus top lane innovated. 2 splits ago, Varus top lane became a really big deal, and EDG are going to whip that out against.
Come through. It's just disgusting, and you can see already big damage onto Hoya, although he's doing his own.
Flash from GG.
Really?
Photic underneath the tower gets the shield, gets it broken, and EDG pick up first blood. GG gonna trade one back. The second tower shot.
You're still going to be in a good spot, and obviously between the Karma and the Ezreal, plenty of damage that you can be laying down as they go in again.
We're fighting again. Fungyue quite low, but Leave's gonna get locked up. Photic gets a lot of free time with the AD carry. And ultimately both
coming through in the top lane. JJ just going to be able to start himself up these grubs. Oh, hang on. Bot lane's trying to get aggressive once again. Tether not going to land. Arrow does.
Photic baits out the arcane shift, but ends up arrowing onto Perukia. Leaves low as well. Guwan's in the area. He could just flash forward. He could nom down on somebody. And picking up some nice turn as it might right now. NIP don't look to be giving up this dragon. Instead, maybe just giving up their mid laner's life. But a nice splash from Care gets him out. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes for the goal. But Fungyue is going to flash forward for the Encore, punishing Jejia as he runs out of the protection his shield afforded him. Guwan low and not nearly tanky enough. Gets taken down by Leave. EDG have evened things up, and even without a jungler, it looks like they're winning this fight.
I mean, they keep pushing on forwards right here. You can see Leave just doing so much damage. It's actually top lane. Okay, ZDZ's gonna win that fight. We need to... Oh, that's devastating. Oh, okay, Care.
Stuff on the mid lane. Care, that was a beautifully timed Petrifying Gaze. See if it ends up saving him as Fungyue here again to try and turn the fight. Jejia low once more, and though he is aggressive, he be squishy. Jejia dying twice in as many minutes. Still the dragon up for NIP as well, and the return to the fight ends up going quite nicely for them.
And I mean, every single time we've seen one of these aggressive plays coming on through, there's some level of turnaround play coming on. EDG are looking to just give this one up, stepping forwards.
Another one. Hoya gets a lot of free time with this. Egged up and good to go. Bulldog gonna take a beating, and I think he gets out of this. Doesn't get stunned to the wall, and I spoke too soon. The damage.
This Cho'Gath is going to be terrifying.
CDZ gets hit by another arrow, my brother. He doesn't get to play the game. Ow!
Nom once again right there, Guwan going to get his had a few good moments. Their side laners fall behind, don't necessarily get themselves into great spots overall. He's an absolute sniper right now, but he didn't even mean to hit that first one, and it resulted in a kill for ZDZ. So I'm not sure that I'm fully counting that one.
And arrows look a little bit more magnetic than their icy nature would have you believe. They've grabbed the first tower for back against an NIP roster that would otherwise be in control of this game.
Oh, Death Brush, Perukia.
Oh my god, I thought the Enchanted Crystal Arrow was gonna hit. Well, oh my god.
It would have if he hadn't have taken that Blast Cone. If he take that Blast Cone, obviously he takes himself straight to his demise once again. And you're talking about this mid lane tower. It's going to take a... Right now, a little bit of a knockup going to land on the Bulldog, although he should be able to turn tail and run. JJ going in.
I mean, I'm on the same page as I was earlier here. Bulldog has a huge opportunity right now, and by actually getting hit and insta-cleansed, NIP have just lost one. They're engaged, not going to connect twice as both the arrow and the encore go wide, and EDG decide this is their moment. Having isolated Hoya in the pit, he should be able to get out pretty easily on the Gnar, and NIP not going to lose anybody just yet. Both those engagement tools whiffing, though, does leave them a bit hands empty around their own jungle even.
Absolutely. I mean, they've still got all of the sort of mid-range teamfight ultis available, but the long-range engages that they would have wanted are going to go down.
For Care right now, even as we're seeing all this action in mid, NIP really wanted to put some pressure in the bottom half of the map, even expending a global cooldown with the Baron up to do so.
Indeed, and you can see the poke coming through from this composition out of EDG. NIP going into this fight low.
They want to kill Jejia. They're going to
They're
kill
gonna get him, surely. Oh, Guwan dies
instead.
But
Jejia lives, and Guwan, in fact, dies, stepping up a bit too far on the Cho'Gath. ZDZ's chasing down Care, but that's a jungler down on one side, and the jungler up on the other. EDG should be getting their first dragon of the game.
Yeah, the fact that they're able to fight these NIP members off, and this is what you highlighted, this is what you talked about liking out of this EDG composition earlier, dear. It's all of this range, this keeping your opponents at bay, making sure they can't jump in. Bulldog, the ball really funguate onto the other side, and found the play. This is a little bit...
But into the EDG composition, you can only do so much when it's played well. Oh, he's dead.
Okay, goodbye.
He's alive?
To leave. Nah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Wait, no!
He's alive?
The encore misses, and he's going to be able to walk this one back out. Another arrow lands.
Enchanted arrow lands onto Jeje. ZDZ's now getting chased down. Leave. Gotta throw some cooldowns over the wall to help him out, but that is not going to do enough. Leave gets taken out. Bulldog the next up, and he's egged once again. Jeje takes to the front lines to try and defend him, but now he may very well be cooked. Hoya almost takes down Leave, who is still alive, by the way. Gets the fight started on him, but while he ultimately survives, the rest of EDG almost all die. NIP gonna start up this... I mean, there are so many coulda, woulda, shouldas.
Funguate has not been accurate whatsoever with these encores. Not going to matter in the end, I don't think. Still going to be able to pick this tower up regardless, but do need to be a little bit careful with these. I mean, this is a big team
for NIP, and that is the real threat off of their CC. Speaking of CC, a little bit gets thrown out at Care, but Proto Belt to dodge it does help him out. Photic flashing over the walls, EDZ going golden on the front lines, but he is surely getting chewed through by Guwon, as Photic is going to be the one to pick up the kills. Jeje trying to finish off Photic now, is completely alone in the backline of NIP. Hostile territory for the EDG jungler, and as Photic will fall, it'll be Bulldog and Leave left up. Bulldog wrong side of the map, and not much that he can do as NIP are charging down the mid lane. NIP look like they're gonna take some of this, most of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to quite close out the entirety of this game right now. You've still got plenty of wave clear available between Bulldog and Leave, but this mid lane inhibitor will certainly fall, and you can peel back right here. Go pick yourself up Soul for NIP. And now that their composition has come online, they are running the Rift.
You remember when we said earlier that the mid laners could sort of fade into the background?
Plenty of wave clear, so it's going to be tough for NIP to close this game out, having not had the Baron.
Killing that of EDG in a pretty big way, and there are not a whole lot of plays that can turn that around. EDG would love to find picks, of course, but it's not what their composition is good at.
Just dead.
It's what Photic is good at.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is kind of what I'm expecting coming through right here, is the slow's going to hit ZDZ running for his life. Don't think he's going to be able to get back away with this one.
Flash forward from ZDZ, and he kills Care. Now turning around on Photic, he gets one auto off before he ultimately dies, and a flash forward from Jeje will secure his death, but he takes Hoya with him, so 4 for 2 in the face.
It's so unfortunate that we're still saying this about Leave. Remember, Leaf was on NIP pretty much all of 2025.
That's going to be a difficult thing to do. There's a lot of run you down coming on. And NIP and EDG both cannot afford to make a misstep. That, however, is a big one as Perukia gets hit by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Bulldog up next, and while Jeje tries to buy as much time for his team as possible on this Pantheon, ultimately he goes into the wood chipper that is NIP right now. Even ZDZ will get picked up in the end. NIP do not lose a single member in the end game fight, and it is all about Guwon for our observers in the close-up on this massive Cho'Gath. Unable to chew through him, unable to chew through anybody from NIP. EDG will go quietly in game number 1.
And this is a mega performance right here out of NIP, playing their composition to perfection, not over pushing in the early game, recognizing the point at which they are strong, and playing these team fights out incredibly well. So far, group can do, because the Jarvan can counter gank really effectively. I just had a quick check as well. This is the first Zoe that we're seeing in the LPL this split. I knew it was new to Bulldog this split, but yeah, it is going to be
the
new.
Top side even, as Hoya's got another wave crashing. Guwon's already here. ZDZ not level 6 just yet. Going to try and clear as much of this wave as possible, making this dangerous for NIP. Exhaust gets dropped. Hoya going to continue underneath the tower as Care is going to take that last shot, but NIP pick up the first blood. Bulldog lands a sleepy trouble level. Nobody can really tank that for him, but Bulldog's not going to jump into 3 people.
Previous game, we're going to be saying it once again. They've got push in the bot lane, they've got push in the mid lane. That should open up this Drake to be started up right here for JJ. As we once
Level
again
6
see
is
these
hitting the
top
top lane.
laners
It is most important. Exhaust's already gone down, and Hoya will die. The trade back on ZDZ, not going to happen. Sitting at 38 HP, hits the emote as well. Guwan should be able to pick up this kill on a ZDZ who has stuck around a little bit too long.
I mean, there's not really anything you can do. Yep, just one last auto attack to be able to take him out. Not ideal for Hoya, though. He gets that early kill, isn't actually able to make it work. Like you said, the level 6 being ticked is just so strong. And the Subjugate, it really doesn't do that much for you in this matchup.
Derek can continue this engagement. Oh, never mind. He got ignited. Until then, he was fine. And you know what? After that, he's going to be all right. Perukia not having so good of a time. Doesn't have stun up just yet, but Jeje, having just finished off the dragon for EDG, makes sure that he is all fine. Across the bot laners, Caitlyn having a very good time in this matchup, and even out of it. But Guwan wants to reverse that flash forward, and Kair's going to pick up the first kill. The combination of Kiana and Locke is deadly. Is it deadly enough to take out Bulldog? Last out is going to land from Photic, and NIP blow up the game in 9 minutes. First tower of the game, nobody wants to deal with this Caitlyn, but NIP clearly have other avenues of success.
Indeed, they do. CP Trouble not quite going to land, otherwise ZDZ, I'm pretty sure would have been popping that ulti and running on forwards. We're having a real coalescing of champions up in the top lane right now. You can see Care push that mid lane wave through and now is rotating over. He is a little bit spotted out. Doesn't matter, he's just going for Bulldog. Should be able to walk this one out.
Sleepy Trouble bubble does connect, though. Really nice discipline from Bulldog to hold on to that. Jeje looks for the commit forward. Supreme display of talent. Gonna connect onto him as Guwan goes over the wall. Incredibly difficult to punish. Care, even exhausted, is in the back line. Looks for Jeje and actually picks him up. Care gets out alive. EDG are gonna get nothing. And 2 minutes later, NIP do the same thing to the Jarvan Olaf composition. Caitlyn has been in the side lane this entire game.
That's true. Level on his team right now. He's in a good spot. He needed to be on the side lane to be able to get himself this gold together, but hang on.
Trap right there. Oh. All good.
Goodbye,
Didn't need it. Picks up a kill as well. That's Leaf's first kill of the game, despite being, up until that point, 2,000 gold up on his opposition. NIP will answer top side, though, as Care grabs another.
Care's so strong right now. I mean, at this point, with the lock, you can just kind of one-tap any of your opponents, right? Has goes towards the Storm Surge as well, so he's just looking for that full burst potential. 10 stacks on the Dark Seal. Let's see if he turns that one into a nice quick Medjay's. And I mean, the fact he's not even gone Lichbane first, right? Straight towards the Storm Surge. He's looking to just one-tap kids.
If we get more fights like this, though, where Leave isn't a part of it, EDG are throwing. And I'm not saying that like in a way where I don't think they can win the game. They absolutely can. But Leave has to be a part of it. And there's no way around it anymore. The lead has extended too long. Like, I'm sorry, the current patch broke and we had to go back to last split.
Maybe. Hey, as much as I'm saying the Orianna going straight through, to be fair, playing it into the lock is kind of miserable, and you can see it right now. Care jumping into ZDZ's face is just going to get the exhaust straight out of ZDZ. That's a nice cooldown to be able to blow it away from him. You can potentially go back in if you want to onto this Olaf, recognizing that ZDZ will have to back away, and nobody is responding to Hoya up in the top lane. Mid lane tower at least does forward something for EDG. They're keeping within touching distance when it comes to the gold, but with the composition that really spikes hard in these early stages of the game, the fact that they're behind right now and playing catch-up is just such a terrible sign.
Speaking of things that nobody's answering, Leave is still just...
Is he actually going to step up in this game when there's a Locke hunting on his head, when there's a Kiana hunting for him as well? Can you actually step up and not just get pillared back or polymorphed by Funky? I mean, I don't know that he's going to be able to carry this one out fully, but he's done as good as he could so far.
All eyes on Leave, as unfortunately Tempered Fate is not going to connect. Teleport, however, does bring Hoya right into EDG. Their carries, however, trapped in the river, aren't able to access this fight just yet. Kair's gonna get hit by the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, gets out, however, as Bulldog and Leave go forward. Kair manages to half health Leave in an instant, but he's still cutting Hoya back, as ultimately a chop will end his life. Bulldog is in this as well, even on the Zoe, looking to get fancy with it, and he does! Dancing on their graves, EDG, Una reverse card NIP, 17 minutes in.
There we go, that's going to be the almost clean ace right here. Leave going to be the only member going down, but he did his job. Big damage coming through from the ADC of EDG. And all of a sudden, that 2.5k gold lead that they were sat on evaporates in front of this series.
We may even get another one. Ults. Must all back up. Leave going to be getting his ghost back soon. Sleepy Trouble Bubble will not connect, and a Soul Ignition makes Ace in the Hole completely irrelevant. NIP collect the first standing tower for EDG in mid lane. Bugging by looking for a way into the river, but Perukia getting to cut off a little bit of the vision. We get to see the top lane rematch once again as exhausts are going to be traded. Hoya finally winning this matchup that he picked himself into. The Trundle v Olaf is not gonna shift back. At this point, we've passed the the horizon, and Olaf doesn't get sideline anymore.
And I mean, this is again quite a defensive Olaf build coming through as well with that hex play, and I get it. You want your ulti up more often, right? But it doesn't feel good when your Olaf has to go hex play first.
No, it does not. No, it does not. I can't help but chuckle. EDG are going to answer this. Hoya is getting ganked and should be super dead. If he's not super dead, something has gone super wrong.
Okay, Leave sniping onto that one as well. NIP looking for some amends at the moment. They do obviously have the Olaf behind them a little bit right now, as Photic actually going to get caught out on the side lane.
Pesky Krugs going to make it impossible to hit any follow-up, but Bulldog's still very threatening, and he's going to land another one. Bulldog's kind of locked in with these bubbles.
Absolutely, here's now ZZZ, as we were saying, right, a little bit of a flank coming on through. I mean, big damage onto Care as well. You can see the Snap Trap line has been set up too, and NIP, they recognize that there's no way for them to step into this one, and this is going to continue on through the rest of this game. If they are the second team to these objectives, there's no way for them to play these out, especially
definitely had a winning angle on a fight that really they should have no access to, given how horribly behind EDG were earlier. The fact that this is even at all is crazy. ZDZ is dead. Is ZDZ dead?
Cash should have one more jump forwards coming up in just a second. There it is. Yeah, he is just going to leap in, pick himself up that kill. He doesn't exactly get everything he wanted out of it, right? The Purgatory doesn't land, so you're not going to get yourself that execute, that little bit of extra stacking coming on in, but still, another kill going down, going to be pretty nice, and that's the top laner now dead, with the Baron up and available as a potential option.
A lot of damage that Zhezhe takes to save his turret a few autos, but take it he will. There's time in this game yet, but NIP poised to take advantage of it.
Ooh,
our 4v5 right now.
Reset coming on through right here. Out of Hoya, and that's really late for him to be doing that. He's now clearing out a wave mid lane. This is a 4v5.
There goes the trap line. Teleport in, but EDG, I think, are going to be able to take this dragon. It might come down to a smite fight, but Hoya, going on a very big flank, is going to try and draw some of the attention. Guwan goes for the supreme display of talent again! The killer instinct out of this jungler is incredible as EDG completely lose control inside of the pit. Photic jumps over the wall, and NIP, they managed to find another team fight off the back of Guwan, who plays hero for the squad once again. An ace for NIP. The dragon, an afterthought as they pick it up. And NIP are looking for the base.
They can indeed. It's 25 seconds until anybody relevant is going to be back up and available. You've got this wave pushing in through the bottom side. And with a Trundle on your side, these towers are going to be melted through. 15 seconds now until Leave is back up.
First tower gone. Perukia gonna buy a little bit of time by Zanyasing the tower, but not gonna be able to stand in the way of NIP any longer. That is a Gu1 game. That is difficult. That's where I'm at right now. NIP have drafted themselves a really fun composition.
Instead, it's just gonna be the flash blown. Leave losing his. We'll see if maybe we get some sort of gank coming in.
As of now, the E
There
having been skilled, and
Yep.
they jump forward. First blood gonna go to NIP, and a laser focus on Leave, who was just that bit far up. Perukia underneath tower, not gonna end up dying, but Photic tanks 2 tower shots.
Plenty of damage. He'll just scurry up towards the top side of the map and at least make sure he grabs one of these scuttle crabs.
Bulldog,
Although Bulldog
does
wants
not
to cover
want to
him
let
off.
him have this.
Yeah, he wants to see what he could do, and to be fair, he does big damage at this point in the game. However, 2v1.
Bulldog, yeah, taking that fight. Well, 2v1 on the top side against ZDZ. Has Gu1 again foregoing the scuttle grab. This time to try and pick up a kill on the Vayne, and he will. A 300 gold burst going to him with the kill, but Jeje gets the double scuttle. So who's really winning here?
Personally, I'll take the kill. Top side of the map. Hex flashing over the wall. ZDZ's just not expecting it. He's trying to rotate down to help out the rest of his squad. And this creative pathing comes away with an extra kill for NIP.
No real chance for ZDZ to do much. Care, maybe in the same situation, slowed up, does have Gu1 here to defend him even underneath the tower. Care not going to get out alive, though, as the second dagger connects
No
from...
real gold leads or anything have established. Now, NIP looking for a gank onto the bot lane.
This looks like a dead EDG bot lane, if I've seen this story before. Leave, very dead. And Photic...
Drake of the game, the Hex Check Drake. Pretty nice one
Leave
to get as an
again.
individual. And yeah, like you said, Leave should just once again go down. I mean, Figure is just doing the basic combo every single time. At least, actually, Leave will be able to flash out of that one, exhaust out of that one even. But he keeps losing summoner spells.
And thank you to Perukia for making sure to take the extra stun out of there as well. Gu1 almost gets the scuttle reset on him, but Care eats the equalizer and hits a sombrero to take Jeje out of the ult. Not going to save him, though, as EDG, they do at least know exactly who they want to be bullying in this game. It's even, and in large part, because they're very comfortable killing Orianna on repeat.
Then the Orianna has a very... Oh, hang on. It's the same combo again. We're just seeing it again. Gu1 gonna get himself another kill in this game, and right now Fengyue looking to get in on the action of the MVPs. Bot lane is now fighting one-on-one. Leave just dead here. Photic flashing forwards to secure that kill. Each of these junglers gets there first is going to be very important. Fengyue once again going for some sort of flank. Might actually get himself caught out right here. Obviously doesn't have the unbreakable will quite yet, but should be able to get back to his team, and indeed does.
One very nearly.
Oh my god, he's going to go back in.
You can't fall for this. Fengyue just keeps going for it. Public execution will go wide, which saves Jeje's life, but Photic taking the 1v1 with ZDZ might actually win it. The missile goes wide though, and it'll be 1-for-1. Not what he was hoping for, but you know what? Going 1-for-1.
I would like to return to that mid lane play. A little bit of anti-synergy, unfortunately, that public execution goes wide. As Hoi, you can just kind of wait until you get that headbutt through the wall. Instead, decides to go preemptively and does miss out on it. Still, Fengyue stepping up. He should be dead here.
Yeah, steps up a little too far, and really well played from Perukia in that moment as well. Landing not just the taunt, but additionally, Spirit's Refuge, making sure that he doesn't take the stun. EDG get the 1 kill, Photic shows up, and that'll be all for the play.
Well, indeed, things continuing to be basically dead even, despite... And I don't think he understood quite how strong Photic was coming out of lane.
I don't know, might not understand the compromising position he's in topside either. Gu1 and Care are both here, and that is a combination that is sure to kill a Vayne Shockwave. Going to connect, very patient on that one from Care just to make sure the extra bit of damage lands, and the ZDZ is certainly dead for the 3rd time.
And ZDZ kind of having a miserable time of it, right?
But ZDZ, I mean in terms of the items, Photic is going to get a lot more problematic, especially if stuff like this keeps happening. Leave, forced to flash away. Fengyue, He's turning onto Zhezhe in the river right now, drops the exhaust on him to try and extend and engage from NIP as Hoya teleports down out of nowhere. NIP really want to fight, and Feng Yue again is going to find the backline. Leave will fall with a public execution channeled right on top of it. NIP get to back away to the dragon and whatever else they want.
Feng Yue taking big chunk of damage right here from the equalizer, but the Rumble just not going to be strong enough right now for that full kill to be picked up. And we're going to back off. Nobody's actually going to be able to pick themselves up the Drake in this fight either, but the kills
now, especially with Care right behind him. EDG would like to secure this dragon. No equalizer critically for them at this moment. But with Photic stepping up into the river and Guwon going in, it looks like the dragon is going to go over to NIP due to Care of all people. Feng Yue and Guwon all up in the mix, while Photic struggling to auto right now is going to try and get away after the curtain call gets channeled right after him. Care sniped once, twice, and the fourth shot not quite connecting as Photic turns things around the river, taking out Zhezhe, Perukia, and the minions will take out Care, and EDG keep looking forward as Bulldog, leading the charge right now, is still quite strong on this Rumble. NIP gonna sidestep and get out.
Engage this fight when they don't have a bunch of big ultis available to them. There's no public execution, there's no unbreakable will, and that makes this fight so much harder to play out. Obviously in the picture-in-picture you can see, unfortunately, JJ just going to go down right here, and this has been the main problem for EDG, is just getting caught out between the fights. The actual team fighting has been, EDG just haven't shown any ability to fight back from that.
With Rift Herald started up, EDG would like to contest it, but will they be able to manufacture it? Bulldog not quite able to commit to the fight, especially through Feng Yue. Bulldog has done a really good job of noticing when he's able to walk up and be useful for him. That is a nice public execution predicted by EDG, however, as Bulldog fighting in the top lane does eat a lot of damage, and just as I was praising his positioning too, gets caught completely unawares.
Absolutely, he's not going to be able to get anything done, and with Perukia having to go down to the bottom lane to keep ZDZ alive, just leaving his mid laner out to dry. As you said, one of the few bright spots that this composition maybe had was this Rumble, now not going to be the case, and Hoya still stepping up to these two champions sat in his lane right now. With that Eclipse completed, he is very strong, got Feng Yue incoming as well.
Exhaust gonna get dropped as Feng Yue finds a double knock up. Stun, not gonna land onto ZDZ, has to settle for Perukia, and that'll mean that NIP do come up killless in this exchange. We got an AD carry on the way down though, and Leave, magnetically attracted to the engagement, is gonna show up and ultimately have to walk away from an NIP that absolutely could dive you.
And he needs to just be really careful right here. They're going to lose out onto this tower as well. You can see setting themselves up plenty of vision, plenty of pressure around this rapidly approaching Drake. 10 seconds until that one joins us. Not really soul point or anything.
The advantage in the Cloud Soul department as well. Cloud Soul, really scary for both compositions, but especially into an Orianna, I'd hate to deal with it. Speaking of Orianna, flash out of Care.
And that is at least something, right? That's a pretty big defensive tool that you are now missing out on. Hoya looking for some kind of flank. He's just going to walk straight over some vision, so EDG know to back this one off. They've got no real deep vision to be playing around in this bottom side jungle either. And with the Herald spawning, they could just go.
Hoya looks like he's been picked, but he's got a 1v1 with Zhezhe because Guwon is all over his support. A dragon in the front line makes things a little bit more complicated, and NIP gonna pick up this fight win with a public execution from Hoya, who comes right back onto Zhezhe. Who's ulting who?
And now you're gonna get a third charge off on this Rift Herald right here. Mid lane at tier 3 tower takes a huge chunk, and for NIP, a couple kills so they can pull back and go grab themselves this Drake as well. Really nicely played out of them. The snap engages are lovely, and you can really see the fun of the combo between series. I mean, very much in the running for the series MVP if he's able to keep this performance up. 5-1 and 6 right now as Feng Yue going in again. I feel like we have said that a million times right now. Taking a decent chunk of damage, but Photic, he wants the one-on-one.
He's flashing forward on an ulted Jhin, by the way. Zhezhe certainly next. I can't think of a single member of NIP who do not feel comfortable right now swinging their weight around. ZDZ That guy is super dead. Nothing you can really do here as Kara's gonna hit him with the slow. Guwan, the fear, and the last hit to follow through. On the other side of the map, Photic is touchable. He is mortal, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine he jumped forwards into a rumble with ulti up, so not sure what he was expecting in that situation. Still, not going to cost the team too much. 7,000 gold, the advantage for NIP right now. They're going to grab themselves that second Drake of the game. Quite late on the second Drake. We're going to have quite a while until we actually get to
There's been anything to go by so far. NIP do appear to be in the position to go up 3-0. And Fungyue finding yet another engage on ZDZ is doing nothing to dissuade me of that notion. Perukia's got a nice flash, but his top laner dies anyway.
So these questions, right? Hey, how strong is Group Nirvana actually? Right? This is what you have throughout the entirety of the split. 6-0 were NIP throughout their split. They only lost 3 individual games, as we're going to watch Bulldog die once again. I mean, nothing really to write home about in this one, even with the equalizer. One more auto attack will take him down. This is just...
I thought he was going to live. I really thought he was going to live.
That would have really been the cherry on top, whilst we watch this Baron go down. The big question was, how strong is way too good for Group Nirvana, surely? And I think the answer is being shown to us right here. They are. I think this really is the last nail in the coffin for Group Nirvana.
Especially with it being the final time that we'll see of these, if not even more than that. Can we really say that it's worth separating the league, that it's worth certain teams getting less playtime based on a good or bad split, when on the whole they are clearly very able to compete? NIP definitely proving that right now, and proving that emphatically, as with the Baron, first inhibitor tower is going to go down, and Fungyue has started yet another fight. Guwan, wearing the ball for a moment, does just get to walk through the tower, leaving Kara alone with Leaf for a little while. And the mosh pit for NIP does result in a kill right outside of the tier 2. Kara gets caught, but Bulldog gets punished for it, and Hoya even rockets into the front line to eat the 4th shot, but pick up a kill in the meanwhile. 3 members of NIP are left standing, and those 3 are going to likely be enough to end the game.
Absolutely, they are. NIP, they get revenge for the play-ins last split, where they lose 3-2 and get sent down into Group Nirvana. If this is a Group Nirvana Group Ascend split that we get in the next
bottom lane, but also taking a look, like, how many angles can we try to gank Keshi on this Olaf and put him behind with Trundle Pillar and Camille hook shots?
Right now, I'm
super happy about where the wave is. Keshi should almost never solo kill you in this position. You have cookies. You're
he's gonna flash in. One more auto. He misses the Q. Oh, it's disaster for Keshi, and it's a wondrous first blood for the Shy. If you're in this lane, and also makes IG's team fighting just even more dangerous and scary for Thundertalk to have to think about.
You see how OP this champion is? Oh, Galio's coming. Keshi's about to get himself killed
trying to run him down, and is in for a rude awakening. There's that ignite that we talked about, and it'll be combined with the Justice Punch of Rookie to make it 2-0 IG. Now in the bottom lane, a little bit of fighting, but the Magical Journey will send both bot laners out.
That one, I'm like, yeah, Keshi dies
Not
for
level
that.
6 just yet. Gonna want to have that ulti before he even thinks about going for a play, and it'll be too late at that point. So Wei should be able to pick up this first Drake with push going IG's way, and now maybe they can look for a little bit more here in the 3v3.
I think Junhao actually doesn't get level 6 because he went for that top lane play, right? Like, he doesn't have time to get the experience.
Yeah.
Feather's just going to be able to get out, and here's the 1v1.
Oh, the Ragnarok gets expired by Keshi, and that means the Shy's going to have a whole lot of power. The Ignite's taking the tack sweep, does the deed, and Keshi falls to 0-3, 7 minutes into this game.
Kind of how you have to live in this scenario. I wish we could take a look at what the top lane quest was looking like, because
Chain of Corruption was cleansed. That means Jachi's going to go forward. Both bot laners flash away, and On will live with about 150 HP. Very dangerous situation. Somehow the IG bot lane winning without having an ultimate.
Yeah, Invictus Gaming are just styling on their opponents. Maybe they try to make an answer here. Junhao's going to get paid if he finds this.
There's that cease and desist, but Jachi has the wild growth on top of him with the help of Mako. Now they have their ultis, and the Transcendent Jachi's going to be able to take down Junhao for a 4th kill on Invictus Gaming's side. Rookie's on the way as well with a full HP bar. Going to try to at least cancel that back of On. or at least slow Feather's pursuit down. It'll just be the Bard on the run. No more mana available, and Rookie should be able to back away without having any more damage be done.
This is so tough now. I mean, Invictus Gaming, they just got all 3 grubs. They got to steal the Raptors, and now we get to punish mid as well.
Yep, a lot of knockups. The Flash not even going to get him away from the taunt. However, allows for Junhao to join the fight with the Petrifying Gaze slowing IG's approach. So they will be Hero surviving.
It is his Flash. Like, it's expensive, right? It isn't a kill, and that's as good as it's going to get right now for Thunder Talk. But losing out on that Flash has Cassiopeia, who still has to finish her boots, which is going to delay her from being able to finish her Rod of Ages as well.
Oh my god.
The Shy, there's no minions anymore.
Ultimatum, Ignite.
The
he Qs the tower. He's going to not go down the minions. He lives with 20 HP.
Okay, all right, never mind. He's just the goal.
He was in the matchup that Keshi was doing pretty good in for those first 3 levels. Thunder Talk looking for a response. They're going to try to find a kill onto Rookie, and finally. They do. The Galio deciding not to use his Flash, as it will be Junhao finally getting TT on the board.
Uh-oh, no one else is bottom lane. On has no sums.
There's at the Chain of Corruption. It is on to Mako, but he's not tanking tower aggro. That's on the Trundle. Tempered Fate will buy a little bit of time, but Jachi still gets the kill with the Transcended auto attack and gets out of tower range, and the redive will commence sooner rather than later. Subjugate wasn't even used, and that means Zedway's a tanky boy and will survive to give IG their 7th kill of this game 1. Meal buffs, right? Like normally, these buffs are very marginal, but having that little extra damage on the W probably did a little bit there, as well as the shield bonus. So, you know, there's a little bit of a good
max, or if he's doing even like some freaky like hook shot max, then I think our point kind of falls flat.
Okay.
Real quick, 2 dragons for Invictus. A dragon. Or sorry, he's doing hook shot max second. All right, so our point about the W changes really doesn't matter.
He just makes the champion feel more powerful with his nameplate on it. That's what we're gonna go for. He's just
it's not even his
so
world
cool.
skin.
True, actually, it's his old junglers. That's actually a great point.
That was just not fair.
What is it? It's IG Fiora, right? Yeah.
Oh, that might have actually been no, that might be his. I think it is his, because Duke is... I'm trying to remember what the... Wait, I can just turn around. I have them.
Oh my god, he's going to 1v3.
Dude.
Here's the ultimatum. There's the precision protocol, and that's a kill for the Shy. There's 4 people trying to take him down, and finally he will fall. It's going to be on to get a big shutdown, but the Shy just aura farmed a little bit more onto Keshi.
I saw the Shy in the player cams. He's like, guys, they said 4 for me. Like, what do you want me to do? I already killed one of them.
He's
I got my 1v4.
Right
yeah, he's like, guys,
4?
He's like, guys, I'm 34 years old, guys.
What you want to hit? Now in the bottom lane, it's Wei popping the Subjugate, allowing for the Shy to go in. He Cho'Gath ults on. We'll be able to take him down again. And this Camille just cannot be stopped by anybody.
They are getting completely steamrolled here in this game. It doesn't matter that they're finding individual leads or that mid lane is somehow even in this matchup. As much as I was hyping up this Cassio, there's another caster curse. Let's go hunting for a snake. Let's make some boots.
Yeah, you maybe win the 1v1, but not the 1v4. A lot of knockups every which way. Jachi ends up getting yet another kill.
He's gonna win this.
Invictus Gaming.
He's gonna win this.
Continuing to stack pile.
Disoriented. They don't really know which waves they're allowed to go for, and the Shy playing Vision so perfectly in that last one. Oh, good luck.
There's that Camille Galio we were talking about finally coming to good use. Rookie gets his 2nd kill of the game. Says, Shy, you can't have all the fun. I want to help out a little bit too. Haru back in the Death Chamber for a little bit. Dragon still available, but IG looking to crack open the base instead. Tier 2 mid, Tier 2 bot, both down. And they'll continue this push with these synced up waves, at least for the next little bit.
I just had a ping from the Shy fans and his lawyer. I technically did just slander him, so I want to apologize to the GOAT. He is not 34, he's 26, which means
he's
I'm
26?
as old as the Shy. Yes.
That is great. I mean, I guess
if you're 26
really
or older out there, remember, you have won less world championships in this guy. Anyway.
Oh, Jotchi's in some trouble. He's going to go down. That's a big shutdown over to Junhao. And hey, here comes Keshi. Doesn't have to fight the Shy yet, which means he's pretty good. But there's the Subjugate coming out from Wei, yielding him nearly unkillable. Rift Herald from Mako almost finds 3 knockups before eventually crashing into the wall. It just slows down ThunderTalk's retreat path and allows for
Mako right there got out of a very tricky situation. Olaf almost turned and killed him. All right, the Shy, if you win this 1v3, we're turning off the stream.
The miasma slowed him down. He's
Thank
dead.
God.
There's the Cosmic
Okay.
Binding. Junhao's getting very rich with all these shutdowns going into his hands. Maybe you wanted to go somewhere like Haru or Keshi, but you know what? You'll take it on the Vi nonetheless.
I said we would turn off the stream. That was me making like a 9 to 10 gamble right there. I was like, if he wins this, I don't think we're going to be able to follow through. I think I might have just done some lying on the stream.
Well, there's just not a lot of series to be happening if that ended up being the Shy winning 4v1. So
Yeah, that's fair.
about the same effect as just not watching the stream. But of course, we do want you to watch. Here's another ulti here onto Jotchi. He dashes away, but the knockup from Rookie is going to be able to protect him. And Keshi doesn't even get the kill. It's a double kill for the Yunara. As the engage falls flat on TT's side, it seems like the rest of the squad wasn't really ready for that engage.
You know, if Jotchi hadn't just Cassiopeia or he walks up versus On, it's like, oh, cool, like I just get to have free CC.
As you mentioned it all, just a powerful use of utility, as Rookie has been caught out by Junhao, is going to get cease and desisted, flashes over the Krug pit, but Junhao will follow, and the shutdown will go Haru's way. Keshi gets immediately one shot though, and the Shy is into the backline, finds the ultimatum onto On, and takes him down 100 to 0. It is 4 kills for just a couple on the other side, with Junhao running for the hills. 4 members of IG gonna make their way back over to the Baron and take it down.
They have enough damage for this every day of the week. Just completely stomping over ThunderTalk. I thought this was cute from Junhao, and there was that Cosmic Binding that we saw in bot lane when they went to go for when Junhao came through. I'm keeping my eye on Feather. I'm not super excited about this Bard. But if we talk about the series as a whole, this is a rather expensive Fearless draft. Cassio's out, Olaf is out, Varus is out, a lot of scary champions.
Stun land on the Jotchi, but he cleansed away. The Shy now has the ulti on the Junhao. Going to combine with Rookie on the hero's entrance, but Junhao buffers the CC. Still going to go down, though, as Wei gets the first kill of the fight. Jotchi's now transcended. They get 3 kills, looking for a 4th. ThunderTalk are dropping like flies. Only On is left alive, and he won't be for much longer. That's the ace. That is the game. 24 minutes, start to finish. It's IG taking game number 1.
7-2-4, 7-1-6. That is the Shy and Jotchi's score lines for the game. Great.
Very limited lockdown options for some of these backline threats like the Twisted Fate and the Ashe. But the early game, very powerful, as you said here, Alk. So if Junhao can get active, they're running out of mana. Forces Mako's heal. And that means that Junhao's starting up the Dragon. However, Rookie teleports in here with the Destiny and means that Wei's able to get first blood. On trying to fight this 2v1. He flashes over. Will be able to get the 1-for-1 trade, but not before Jotchi takes him down as well. Dragon secured here by Invictus Gaming as Haru stole the call of the pack, but doesn't want to use it to try to go into what would be a suicide mission.
Man, that is just the value of the Twisted Fate. He thought, oh, it'll just be me and enemy jungle. It's like, oh, well, no, it's me, enemy jungle, and their mid laner. And we even saw, I thought, some pretty juicy tech coming in from Jotchi and Mako. Mako's body blocking. He's like, you are not getting these Ezreal Qs off on my AD carry. On has to invest the flash. Fury now is ahead in camps, ahead in kills.
Now the Shy pops ulti up top lane. On to Keshi. Equalizer comes out, but it's only onto the wave as the Rumble is now overheated. Flash still available here for the Shy. He'll use it to get away from the chains, and Haru unable to find the kill, at least for now. Sonic Wave connects, and Junhao will look to re-dive this. Ambessa will jump forward with the Ward Hop. Does not have that Dragon's Rage. The Shy still surviving. He's ducking and weaving. Finally gets flashed upon by Keshi, and he dies with a smile on his face. Now in the bottom lane, it's Invictus Gaming looking for a dive of their own. The Q from Mako will secure the kill onto Feather, and will make it an extended 2-for-1 play in favor of IG.
They put 3 people, and look at the experience difference between Wei and Junhao. He's a full level up. He has his ultimate on this Nefiri. Junhao has to take the enemy blue buff before he can sniff putting a point in his ultimate. Rookie likely is fine. He might have to use his flash, but Harrow doesn't have enough mana. The wave is too short, and they dove bottom lane at the same time. It is a little lower because Adaptive Force is like weighted differently. Like AD is 0.6, and then it's 1 AP. So yeah, it would be probably 20.
Oh my god, Keshi.
This is Harrow.
Keshi's gonna get a solo kill.
Oh.
Okay. This Rumble's come to play. A little revenge up in the top side as ThunderTalk's top laner ends up killing the Shy in the 1v1.
Now, are they going to do Keshi right and give him his own replay? We're different based on what side you were.
Oh, the freak thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so his flamethrower would just deal
50-50.
less. Well, if you know, over a large span of games, it just means that you're a stable top laner, right?
You know what? I guess so. Volatile at the very least. Rookie's running the wrong way. He's being chased down by 3 members of ThunderTalk. He has his ultimate barely about to come off of cooldown. It's in 8 seconds. Can he continue to duck and weave? He dodged away from another Sonic Wave, but he gets smited down by Junhao, and this will finally be the kill given over to On.
That's tough.
No extra magic damage shield just yet. On shifts away, goes right into the Encore. He cleanses away from that, and there's Way all the way over the Raptor Pit with the call of the pack. That call was coming from a mile away, and now it's Rookie getting locked down by Keshi and Junhao. That'll be a trade, so it's a 1-for-1, and the Sonic Wave comes forward again from the Lee Sin. That's a second kill in for Junhao. Jotchi has the Rangers focus on lock, but still, ThunderTalk looking to have more on their plate. Haru jumps back in. Sonic Wave goes wide. There's a stolen away call to pack as Haru jumps in onto Way. The Nefiri's at 200 HP, but Haru still has that empowered blast cone. He jumps over. Not going to find the kill. True Shot Barrage. Not finding Jotchi either as Way will be able to survive. Well, but Junhao jumps over the pit. And it's actually going to be Keshi getting into the fight first, so it could be a 5v4 temporarily. Smite secured by Way. And so it will be Shelly collected. Rookie Destiny's into the mid lane to make sure that he's able to match the tempo of the Rumble. And so ThunderTalk and yeah, they do no damage, so they're not useful.
Yeah, they do no damage. That's completely correct. All right, if we win this dragon fight, though, I'm a little sad.
Crystal Arrow. It connects onto On. He still has an Arcane Shift available. Dragon secured here by ThunderTalk, and here comes the engage. Public execution from the Shy finds Haru, but Junhao kicks him away. Jotchi in the Herald, able to escape. Sonic Wave goes wide onto Rookie, but Junhao is still looking for the chase. Has his flash, but will not be in range to land that kick. Might be able to onto the Shy, though, but he slows him down enough to force his flash away. Keshi continuing to chase him down. Haru able to finish the kill, and ThunderTalk coming back into this one. That's 2 kills.
If they are even, if they don't already have the jump, Keshi, you got to be careful here, buddy.
Ooh, gets his back canceled.
He's not able to get it.
And there's the arrow for a little bit of extra hurt. Still has the equalizer up. And Keshi actually still alive. Gonna force the flash out of Mako to land the Encore, but Haru has an Encore of his own. Says, play it again. I'm gonna jump in and steal your kill. It's a double kill on the other side, though, for Way. And the public execution comes in from the Shy. Forces On to shift away. And now it is Junhao flashing underneath his tier 2 turret. Jotchi continuing the chase. Way with another Darkened Dagger should be able to finish off a kill. And there goes ThunderTalk. 4 more for IG as they'll break open this top lane tier 2.
It just saves me so much breath from going on my diatribe about how ThunderTalk could fight back in this game. Hey, it's only 3,000 gold. It's not that big of a lead, but they just don't have the damage right now. This Ezreal, who is supposed to be this 2-item monster, just isn't there because Jotchi's already beat him to that point. Rookie is both tanky and also really flexible in what he's able to do. And because they focused out Haru first, I don't really care that they're killing Jotchi here. It's 500 gold going over to Haru, but there's no objectives to play for. Damage and Voltaic plus the Black Cleaver. And Haru tries, he tries to look for something, he tries to get the hero play.
In a decent spot right now. It's Dragon now spawning in 15 seconds. You can see IG controlling the pit. There is the gold card onto Junhao. He safeguards away, though. And now forces Way to pop the Hound's Pursuit. There goes the ulti on to Keshi, and the main carry for ThunderTalk is down. Way jumps forward for a double kill, and Rookie Destiny's over into the back line of TT. It's 4 kills, soon to be 5, as On's able to barely shift away.
Over ThunderTalk with a bunch of rookies, and for Invictus Gaming, they're just doing it with 1.
And that's just his name. He's been in the league for like 12 years, so it's not really a rookie at all.
My favorite was when we had Renard and Nya playing, and I got to run this graphic.
As they call it, the split 3 postseason.
They get to Siege. Invictus Gaming have too much setup. This Seraphine. I like the combination of what we're getting from Invictus Gaming, from this composition. Like, Rookie is too tanky, and now he's hit 3 items on Twisted Fate, which kind of feels like the sweet spot now. Doubt we're going to see 4 items in this game, but if we do, is likely going to be a mandate. Okay.
Hera's in some trouble. Yeah. Dodges over the Darkened Dagger, but still will eventually get taken down by Jauchi. So 1-0 underneath this bot lane inhibitor tower, and this might just be the icing on top of the cake. Rookie uses that TP to force TT's remaining members back into their own fountain, and they're not going to get much further than that before their base eventually crumbles. Nexus Tower's under fire. Jauchi still very strong with that Ranger's focus, and there's not much that TT can do. Junhao's going to have to pull the trigger sooner rather than later, or this game will just end. Maybe waiting for Hera, who respawns in 8 seconds. But it's another last-ditch effort that will prove fruitless for TT. Junhao takes a big chunk of HP. Another stun lands onto the Ezreal. The Nexus will go down in just as quick of a pace as they had in game number 1. IG smashed Thundertalk in game 2, and we'll go up to match point
here. The Shy is going to play some Vayne top lane right before it gets nerfed into the ground, and he's going to try to style all over this Rookie and Keshi on the Renekton. Need to get them back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're going for the dive here because this is not a timer that they're expecting Junhao to be on. Double flash forward, though, and Jauchi picks up first blood. Junhao just has to watch as his flash as well. So that's another cooldown that is no longer in his hands. They're still looking for more. Handshake lands. That's the cleanse immediately from Jauchi and on. And there's so many spears into this. Aphelios is back. The final auto does it again. It was top lane domination in game 1. Does not end up being successful, at least for the time being. Junhao making his way in to cut the Shy off. Lands a root, and the wave is crashing in now. Looks like the Shy will end up going down as Junhao gets on the board for TT.
Also, the Shy hadn't recalled this entire time. So he dies and buys a full-plated steel caps. And look what I said, right? I said not on the wave that was spawning, but the wave after. Wei could show up bot. He does. There's a 2-level difference here. It's more like a level and a half because
it hurts.
Jauchi is level. There's Bluey.
Going the wrong way. Gonna try to get the
execute
turret maybe, but he's gonna go right into Wei's loving arms. Spear connects, so that should just about do it. This Aphelios is toast. 23 CS. You can see the frustration on his face in the player cams. Not the way he would want his season to come to a close. But it's looking more likely than not.
Is doubly painful this season because of quest experience. You do not get it if you're inside the actual or outside the lane. So they're getting nothing for this.
All they're getting is more deaths into their scoreboard as Feather should be going down with the Ren. Here comes Junhao though with the serene display of talent. Bailout not going to save Jauchi. So it's a double kill picked up for the Kiana. Top side, Keshi goes down as the Shy gets a little bit of help from his jungler to make it a 1-for-1 up on the top side of the map.
All right, on very immobile champs coming in from IG. I'd say that versus a Kalista. Slows are going to make her impossible to play. I think it's an okay angle. It's just really, really damn tough when I press tab as Kiana. 100 gold flat up front, and then every kill, every takedown gives you more gold, just a little bit more. So like if you get a kill after finishing it, it's just kind of like, okay, well, can't play that. Well, good job from Wei to try to cover.
It's going to be 5 members down here for TT. So they're going for broke onto the tree. Has Supreme Display of Talent connected, but he twisted advances away. Going to just be the 1-for-1. As it's Hera who ends up falling, and the Shy still running away from 4 members of Thundertalk. Keshi unable to close the gap. And so all that is done for just a 1-for-1 trade, with plates also going IG's way mid and top.
Yeah, Ori is getting a lot of gold here, guys. We sunk all of this to do what? It's to get Junhao an extra kill? Sure, that is good, and that continues the narrative that we wanted to have, where Junhao has to basically play this game 1v9, but that is not the way that I would want to see them kind of rubber band themselves back in. You gotta spread the wealth. Maybe that's not putting gold into
They're going
On's
to try it again. This time on to Rookie, as On has his red and white guns, and Keshi alongside him is pushing this wave underneath. IG has sniffed this out, though. They know exactly what is happening, and they're going to bring their big dog over in the name of Jachi. Gets hit by the death sentence, though. Shockwave connects onto Junhao, but Feather's able to jump over, but only into the waiting arms of the Callista. It is 2 kills picked up for Invictus, and Mako's looking to make it a third. Cleanse not doing anything to stop the handshake, as the powered blast cone will make sure that On is able to survive for a little bit longer. Heals up with the help of the Moonlight Vigil and will end up surviving. But Haru might not be so lucky, as Jachi has centered in on his next target, and it is the Thunder Talk mid laner. They throw out a couple of spells. Haru's going to survive for a little bit. And now it's Keshi looking for a fight. He flashes onto the Shy, pops the Dominus, but now with the teleport coming in from a Rookie, going to mean that the Crocodile has to go on the run. The Shy pops the final hour just to stay a little bit safer, and IG still playing a very aggressive game. Junhao flashes over, doesn't find the stun onto Rookie, and now Mako can come in with the hostile takeover, finds both of the bottom laners, and the hook lands as well. Mako very low, but he still will survive, and Jachi flashes over the wall. It is curtains here in this series, as Thunder Talk are wiped in their own bot side jungle.
Jachi is just picking up so many...
You don't see this big of a gold lead when you're like playing Senna lanes even. There's a shockwave that happened up there, or I thought it was, or maybe it was just a Q. My brain is melting as is Thunder Talks, as Feather dies as well. That's a 12th kill.
An anomaly. It was not the status quo. We're going to try to search with Gravitum. There's a TP behind. This is the last
double root.
gasp.
Nature's Grasp going to delay the continued aggression here for Feather. He just dies to the shockwave as Rookie presses R and says goodnight. And any hope at a play for Thunder Talk was put to rest before it even materialized. Tier 2 tower in the mid lane goes down. They could go to Herald, because that is still up at this
Just bottom lane. Wow. I don't actually remember the last time I saw someone in a competitive game be up 100 CS, and much less in bottom lane. Oh, he's just going to do it. He's just going to shmooth on him. He's going to keep going. Good luck in your base, brothers.
Uh-oh. Here comes Thunder Talk, though. They're going to try to put him down, and they do. Shutdown goes, who guessed it, over to Junhao, as it'll finally be a small respite here for Thunder Talk, but it might not last for long, as the rest of IG also is pretty powerful. The Shy and Rookie come in to take down 2 more kills. And now Junhao and Haru on the wrong side of this fight. Junhao jumps over the wall. Does not have his ultimate available, and is going to get hit up by the shockwave of Rookie and taken down. IG's mid laner wants a little bit part of the action as well, as no Jachi, no problem. They're still going to crack open this inhibitor turret.
Jachi's like, hey, why didn't I get bailout? And Mako's like, it just like a 900 shutdown.
Yeah, there's some reset mechanic in there.
80% of his team's goal difference between him and the opponent.
You know what? Beats me, but if I'm IG, I'm not complaining.
True.
The towers continue to get bursted down. Remember, both of our games so far have ended in less than 25 minutes, and this might be the shortest of them all. If IG continue this pace, Wei pulls the trigger, and that is immediately Haru getting taken down. On running away as well. Junhao throws out the supreme display of talent, but does not find a single man. Wei ends up getting the kill credit, and it's a 3v5 into Thunder Talk space. Invictus Gaming built this roster. They brought back the Shy with one hope, and that was to make it back into the postseason, and they will do so with ease. Goodbye, Thunder Talk. Hello, Invictus. They 3-0 the Group Ascend representatives and will be in the playoff bracket with a shot at the World Championships.
In the fastest game of LPL this year, the previous record was 21:55, 19:47, 48. Who cares? They made it look completely